Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pages of Ascension. This is actually going to be an unboxing video for the Dark Goddess. So this is for this is actually an Oracle deck. From my understanding, it just came out. It's by Barbara Meiklejohn-Free and then Flavia, Kate Peters. Designed by Kate Osborne. Okay. I actually feel like I have another deck from this combination of people. See here, it's 48 cards with a guidebook by Llewellyn. I always feel like I pronounce their name wrong, but the Llewellyn. I seem to love this particular company because I have so much of their stuff. But in any case, the box is nice and sturdy, so I'll definitely be most likely storing these cards in this box. I guess depending on how often I actually end up using them for my Patreon channel. So we've got the Dark Goddess book here. It's got a nice binding. It's nice and hardy. They actually did take some time on this. And you know, sometimes with like books, it's obvious that they didn't really take the time on it. Sometimes they're not even printed correctly. That is not the case with this deck. Yeah, it's pretty rad. So yeah, it goes through contents, tells you how to use the deck, gives you a little bit of an introduction on what the intent was for the deck. They give you some sample spreads, of course, and then it goes into the actual messages. So, as per usual, what I like to do with my unboxing videos, I'll be shuffling them on deck, and then I will draw a card. I'll read the full description out of the book for that one card, just to kind of give you a feel for how it's formatted. So, here we have our deck. Came with this little plastic thingy. So, yeah. The card stock is... It feels a little thin, but I don't think that that's a bad thing in this case. Especially the way I shuffle. I kind of like decks with slightly thinner, just because I kind of like to do that number. Okay? So I'm going to undo that. There we go. Did I go this way? Yep, I went this way. Okay. So, here's the back. As you can see, the nice design there. Triple Goddess. I think that's a Triple Goddess. Don't quote me on that. I'm not super adept at my Celtic symbols, but, so, now I'm just going to go through each card in the deck, hold it up to the camera. I'm not going to be talking a whole lot. I'm also not going to go and edit the video and give you any music, so you might hear me breathe or burp or whatever. But here we go. Okay, so we have Arachne. Aradia. Oh, I just realized my nails are super janky. No judgment. So I'm actually super excited about this deck. This is going to be, let's just say I've got plans for this deck on my Patreon channel, for the type of content that I'm putting over there. And I'll release some stuff on YouTube, but most of it's going to be over there. Even the free stuff, when I post it, it'll be over there. You'll still have to go to the Patreon to view it. Excuse me. So it's really nice too, because I find this deck to be inclusive. And that's kind of a big deal for me. It's like we see a lot of goddess decks. The problem with goddess decks is that they don't represent all the goddesses that we have on this planet. All the goddesses come in many shapes, colors, and sizes. And while they didn't quite get the size thing in this particular deck, they did get all the colors of the rainbow. So that's something I particularly appreciate. I like to see myself in decks. Just a little bit. I mean, legit, they even have like a an Orisha goddess in here. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Oh my word. So that's a really big deal. Here we go. How we have Inyara. That's African based. Pretty sure that's African based. Isis. That's Egyptian. And here we go. This is South American. Yeah, I believe this is South American. Looks like Ecuador. Ecuadorian. Do not quote me on that. We got Kali, because you can have a goddess deck without Kali. So that's representing India. There's Lilith. Ma'at. More Egypt. Maeve. I actually don't know what pantheon she is from. Yeah, I don't know what pantheon she's from. Maman Brigitte. So we got a little bit of the voodoo taste in there. Voodoo. New Orleans voodoo. Medea. Medusa. The Morgan. I feel like that's Viking, but I'm also not sure. It's Nematona. We have to practice pronouncing that one. Nuba, which is definitely, I think this might be Japanese, actually. She may be a Japanese goddess, shadow goddess. Nyx from the River Styx. Oh yeah, there she is. This is my Orisha goddess. When I seen this, I practically jumped out my car because I opened the deck in my car because I wanted to take a look at it. So it drew me in the store. Pandora. Trying really hard not to show my janky ass nails. Pele. So South Pacific representation. Pentalicia. No idea. So I'll be doing more research to learn more about these goddesses. I just really appreciate the fact that this deck is inclusive. I mean, it literally covers a lot of pantheons. I think this is Rome. Ran. This could be Viking too. Or Norse. Sidna. Sorry, I know my lighting is not particularly good and I have to hide my nail. Sekhmet. It intentionally looks like that. She's a little cloaked right there with her lion head. Shalinan Nagig. This kind of reminds me of a crone goddess. I don't know what pantheon she's from, though. Definitely comment down below if you have this deck, you use this deck. As you know, I do these particular videos because I don't like getting a deck and having it be complete and total BS. Sometimes you get one or two images that are really, really nice, and then the rest of it's just crap. These are actually, this is a very vibrant deck, in my opinion, as far as art goes. Tiamat. All right, and we have Uzume. So that's China. Pretty sure that's China. Yeah, that's China. Look at that, an inclusive goddess deck. So the one thing I definitely gotta say, to the designers of this deck is thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for making a goddess deck that is inclusive, and not just a goddess deck that is inclusive, but a deck that also talks about the dark aspect of the divine feminine. Like, that is freaking rad. Because we have, we all have light and dark in ourselves, just like we all have masculine and feminine aspects in ourselves. And I really appreciate seeing this represented in a deck. So that said, let's go ahead and get our shuffle on, yo. So yeah, they definitely shuffle really well. This is how they're fitting in my hand. My hands are I don't know, kind of average. Oh, Deer Woman. I don't know if I showed Deer Woman. We have Native American representation as well. So yeah, they shuffle just fine. Always my preferred shuffle for this size of cards is like this. And I think once they're used a little bit more, it's a little stiff to do it that way, but it is possible. So let's do our shuffle cut and see what goddess we're going to be reading from. Okay, so we've got Aradia! Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm super excited about that because I'm actually familiar with the story of Aradia. She was actually Italian strega, which is an Italian witch. It's actually one of the first, I guess, goddesses, if you will, that I was introduced to. At least divine feminine energies that I was introduced to in a tarot deck, because I actually have the Book of Aradia. I have that deck. I love that deck. Oh, that's just so fitting. Okay, so we're gonna read from Aradia. Okay, so Aradia stands for defense. See if I can hide my nail and actually hold up the card so you can see it. Okay. Oh, perfect. All right. So it says sticks and stones, words of fear, defend, stand strong, shed a tear. Attacks ensued to cause alarm, protect, safeguard, and keep from harm. By the power of the dark goddess in me, protection in place, blessed be. All right. So it says dark goddess guidance. There are only so many times one can endure harsh criticism, judgment, and unfair comments. You feel that you are always under attack, and so defense has become your immediate response mechanism. Sadly, because you feel you have to defend that part of you that others because you have to defend that part of you that others fear to understand, you're dimming your light somewhat to avoid persecution. Aradia will guard you well as she encourages you to ignore the opinions of others. Fully embrace exactly who you are and remind you that the power lives within you. Mystery and magic of the old ways beckon, and Aradia encourages you to tap into the ancient wisdom that is the power of nature. Here you shall find the tools to assist you in protecting all that you stand for. Defend your path and that those who have been oppressed. And that of those who have been oppressed. For there is no need to seek the approval of others, as Aradia defends your divinity. Sorry, y'all. I can't find my glasses anywhere. Struggle is real. So then it goes into Dark Goddess Foresight. Now, what's really interesting about this is because of the fact that they divide it up into like what the goddess comes up to guide you about, what the foresight is that it's trying to get through to you, and what the goddess itself actually reveals about your particular what who the goddess was and like what her purpose is in her particular pantheon. Okay. So the Dark Goddess Foresight says, quit being on the defensive. Past hurts are affecting your reactions. Never mistake kindness for weakness. Stand strong in your convictions. Connect with the magic of nature. Defend your cause. Be proud of who you are. A vulnerable person or animal needs your help. Okay, let me just say totally that was a synchronicity for me. Anyways, so then it goes into Aradia Revealed. It's this archetypal defender of Roman origin. Aradia was the daughter of Diana and Apollo. She was known as the goddess of witches because she was sent to teach people, especially the poor and oppressed, how to perform witchcraft and magic and to defend them against oppression, exploitation, and ridicule. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Oh my goodness. So that is all I've got for you on this particular unboxing video. Again, special thanks to Barbara Meiklejohn-Free, Flavia, Kate Peters, and Kate Osborne for, oh, and there we go. There's my ride. For making this deck. Yeah, this is so awesome. Thank you so much for making it inclusive and taking the time to actually cover these aspects of the divine feminine. Because like I said, this is something that I not only haven't seen on the market, it's something I don't see pretty much anybody else talking about either. And that is something when we're trying to balance our divine femininity with the divine masculinity that we have to keep into account. There is light and dark in everything, and really darkness is just the absence of light, but even the darkness has a lesson for us. Okay, so again, that's all. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see the unboxing videos keep popping up, definitely give me a like, thumbs up, give me a comment down below if you've got this deck, if you've been working with it. I'd love to know what you think. And additionally, sharing is caring. So if you know other goddesses out there that are also working on balancing their inner shadow self, definitely share this video. This might be helpful for them to point out a deck that might be helpful in their past. So love you all. Thanks so much for joining me. Gratitude for you always, and I will see you next time.